What fact are you just tired of explaining to people?
Nothing's wrong. It's just my face.
If I'm working at **night**, I need to *sleep during some portion of the **day. Removed.
I'm a male and a nurse. No, I don't want to be a doctor. No, I'm not going to school to be a doctor. No, I don't feel like less of a man because I'm a nurse and not a doctor. And stop calling me doc and doctor. I've told you 5 times I'm your nurse and my badge says nurse in big letters.
Everything is made of chemicals. Not everything, natural, is good and not everything, man-made, is bad.
Viruses are not bacteria. Bacteria are not viruses.
Software developers are not computer technicians. Removed.
That type 1 diabetes isn't caused by your diet. And it cannot be cured.
That we are short-staffed and you're just going to have to wait.
That many Chinese people have my surname. But we're not all related to Jackie Chan. Just like how not every person with Johnson as their surname is related to Boris Johnson.
That because I can usually figure out how to fix most things does not mean I want to fix everything that breaks for anyone else. Edited for typo because it bothers some.
I'm a programmer. I write programs. I don't know why your computer won't turn on.
Just because someone doesn't always need their disability aids, that doesn't mean they're not disabled and faking it. Someone who needs a wheelchair to get around doesn't always mean they can't use their legs. They can still walk short distances.
I have insomnia. No, I can't just think about nothing. Edit. Glad to know there's 15k of you out there that know the damn struggle. I tried to respond to each one. Zombie hugs to everyone. Virtually. From here.
Wheelchairs aren't cheap. And cheap wheelchairs are not suitable for everyone. Not suitable for hardly anyone in fact. It's not a choice of a 30,000 pounds wheelchair or a 300 pounds wheelchair. It's a choice between sitting in a chair that fits the needs of the user that enables them to be active in their life, or sitting in an unsupportive seat on wheels that physically harms the person until they're out of it again.
Gets job at NASA. All extended family asks as if moon landing was real pain.
I'm ginger and a lot of people asks me if all my hair is also ginger.
That feelings you have about your thoughts are still feelings and can make or destroy you equally to feelings about non-imaginary situations.
My hands shake a little. It becomes worse when I'm anxious, nervous, when people point it out and or tell me to stop shaking. Another thing, I have went to the doctor. A specialist. He told me it's normal. People still try to misdiagnose me with Parkinson's. Worst part, it's always people not on the medical field.
Wi-Fi does not equal internet. I'm mostly telling this to my kids. Lol. We frequently lose internet connectivity. But the Wi-Fi will be working fine. They will never understand.
The difference between type 1 and 2 diabetes. 2 completely different diseases. Being a healthcare worker and sometimes even having to explain it to my coworkers is tiring. Airplanes don't fall out of the sky when they lose an engine. A747 can glide nearly 100 miles after losing all engines at cruise.
Don't get your mental health information from TikTok, Facebook, or self-proclaimed experts who aren't professionally licensed. I no longer offer a professional opinion anywhere outside of work. And that includes Reddit. I've learned that 95% of the time, people don't want to hear the facts. They just want to circle jerk about whatever reality they've conjured up in their heads. And if you correct them, they'll be pissed off and then it's a bad time for everyone. Signed, a psychiatrist.
That chronic illness is chronic. Like permanent. Like forever. Still sick. Not getting better. Get it?
I'm tired and I don't know why I'm tired. Antibiotics will not help your virus. Even if you feel really crappy. Maintaining a safe following distance is the easiest thing to do to avoid accidents, and yet most people aren't doing it. It's basically impossible to react in time to avoid an accident if you're following less than 2 seconds behind someone. It doesn't get you where you're going faster. The accident will always be your fault. And finally, 2 seconds is way longer than most people think. Most will count 1 second. Edit. My most upvoted comment is one that makes me feel less like I'm the only one that cares about this. I'll take that. Thanks. Reddit. Edit, update, follow up. A lot of people commenting to say they do this but hate when people take that gap by moving into your lane in front of you. Combine that with the second most common comment. That's fine. Give them the space too. You're actually solving one of the biggest contributors to traffic jams too. Next common comment is the 1 car length for every 10 miles per hour. Not bad. Better than believing yourself to be immune to physics and overestimating your cat-like reflexes. Emo. Car lengths are more difficult to estimate than 2 seconds and my trust in that happening is already low. Last of all. Thanks everyone. This is the most fun I've had on Reddit since Shittymorph.
Hour-long YouTube video about something does not mean that it is true. It could just mean that some crazy or stupid person posted an hour-long video about nothing and you are now dumber for having listened to it and may God have mercy on your soul.
I am not telling you what I did, why it happened, what happened as an excuse. It is an explanation. Why did you fall asleep during the movie? I was tired, don't give me excuses, what the fuck do you want me to say? Edit. OMG, thank you for the award. Apostrophes don't make words plural.
Correlation is not causation. That disagreeing with someone's opinion isn't an attack on them.
Shaving doesn't make your hair grow back thicker.
Just because I work in IT doesn't mean I know everything technology related. It is a vast field. You work in IT. What phone should I get? You work in IT. Do you know why this app isn't working? We're not all help desk or some sort of phone tech support. I promise.
You cannot get a raise and wind up with a lower net income because of taxes. Income taxes are progressive. The higher bracket does not apply to the money you make under the threshold. This is different from the welfare cliff, which is very real. Closing parenthesis.
That my lifelong history of depression has little to nothing to do with my relatively stress-free life. People are always saying, what do you have to be depressed about? Believe me, I wish it were that simple.
Historic life expectancy is heavily skewed by high infant mortality. If you got past 4 or 5 years old, you had a good chance of making old age. People weren't just dropping dead at 35.
Depressed people can and will be happy sometimes. We don't just all sit around being completely fucking miserable all the time. Only most of the time.
Africa is a _continent_ with dozens of countries.